Hey guys, welcome to the Bitcoin video. It is May 27th. It's about 1:30 p.m. I do want to give a little bit of an update on Bitcoin, of course, but before I get into any of this, this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades. Manage your own risk, doing your own research. I'm just giving my opinion on the market. And if you want access to our Discord, we're always in here talking, chatting away. Lots of really good conversation going on in the traditional stocks channel, but of course we don't forget where we came from, which is crypto. And so of course, just throw in a comment here in the YouTube chat. I'll be more than happy to get an invite code out to you. And we have what, 2.5, 3, 4 more days if you want to take advantage of our insured membership on the Discord, where you get access to the indicators that I use. You get access to Elliott wave analysis on a number of different stocks and different cryptos. Keep those up to date pretty much on a pretty regular basis. I just updated a whole bunch yesterday, and I continue to do that. So just to kind of give you a little bit of value, but I'm still donating all of those insured memberships to charity for the next few days over until the end of this month. And all right, so that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and get into the charts. All right, so let's take a look here. I do want to give a little bit of an update based on what we were talking about yesterday. We were looking for a breakout of this this wedge that we were paying attention to. Naively, I was looking for a retest down here of this 786, which is 8,500. That did not happen, nor do I expect this to happen anymore. Okay, so what I think actually happened here, we had an A, B, C into the A, a little A, B, C into this B, and then we had an A, B, C. This actually ended up being the end of this. So this is a frustrating part, I understand. This is a frustrating part of trading, where you see something and you get a bias that we're going to go down a little bit further, because typically this goes down in 1, 2, and a third move down. This would have come down here perfectly, but it didn't happen. So now here we are, we're finding ourselves in a position where we need to make a decision if we're going to buy up here or if we're going to buy the next dip. So what do I see? For sure, I see the 12-hour has crossed up. And it's pretty convincing, the cross on this 12-hour. It's not just like a it might cross and it might flip back, right? This is pretty convincing bullish cross to the upside. And if I zoom in a little bit more here, we can see that this cross actually happened right here. So you can see the highlighted green shows you this is where that 12-hour crossed bullish. So it happened right here on this candle. And then, of course, we saw what happened just a few hours later. We had a nice swift move to the upside. So now what am I looking at here? What am I looking at? Let's just take a look here. I'm going to kind of zoom out just a little bit, because I think we are now in the midst of the beginning of another impulse. So we want to track where that could be going, because again, I still believe this is an A, B, C, and then what I'm kind of conflicted with is this is an A, B, C into the A. Is this an A, B, C into the B? So in other words, is this really the B over here? We don't know this for sure just quite yet, which would indicate that we are going to be coming down to retest this upper trend line. This is still possible. Now, how plausible this is, I'm not really sure. One thing I will say, just really quickly, this is an alternative, right? I'm gonna outline this. So if we have an expanded flat A, B, C up here into the B, I'm gonna give this a different color, because this is, again, this is an alternative. I'm not married to this. That would indicate that this is the B that we're putting in right now, and then we're gonna be going down for the C. Now, the only reason why I think that that is possible is the amount of time it took for us to complete this move right here. So in other words, it took us a decent amount of time for us to complete this A, B, C down here, and then the B and the C, especially the C, it just didn't take very long for it to finish, which is why I believe we could be seeing an A, B, C into this B, which could be easily identified as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, and then I see we're in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to have another little move up here, more than likely. Maybe we retest that upper trend line, which is right up here. We were talking about horizontals yesterday, 9,300. We might retest that. Okay, so again, this is an alternate, but I do want to kind of map this out if this is possible. All right, so if this is an A coming down to the B, well, we've got our 123.6 right here at 92.68. Could overthrow it just a little bit, get up to 9,300. We could be done, but I do think we have a little bit more of a move up. If this is the case, then I still think we do probably come down here. It's possible we do come all the way back down here to 8,500. Okay, so this is a possible move down based on this. All right, so we've got here, we have an easy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to drill into this here for just a moment and just kind of outline how this could work. So let me just pull out my magnifier and let's get into this here real quick. Let's just dive right in. What do we see here? We see from right here, working our way up, we've got a clear indication that we have a diagonal here that broke down. Okay, so this broke down, and now we have this basically as an ABC. You can pull an ABC out of this. This works. So from up here, we have an A, we have a B, and then we have a C. I'm going to give this a different color because I still think that this is a valid count. So we're just going to go ahead and give this our nice yellow color. So if this is a 1, 2, we should be working on the 3. So what do we have here? Let's go ahead and just take a look at this guy. From here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I realize that this is on a very, very low degree, and it probably is not worth my time to really dive into like a lower time frame. But if this is a 1, 2, we created a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let me just go ahead and outline it this way because it's going to be a little easier to really see this. Because this is a 1, 2. From here, we've got a 1, 2, 3, and then we're working on the 4, and then we're going to go in for that 5, which would complete this C, which again on an alternate would complete this B up here, which means very, very likely, you know, again, this is an alternate, but it's still likely, we go up here for this 5, and then we see ourselves going down maybe to 85, right? Maybe to 85. I don't want to get too crazy, right? I don't want to, you know, get too caught up in a bearish bias because this is a bullish formation that we're seeing here, right? So we're seeing basically a nice impulse up to create this 1, and then we're trying to find this 2, right? So we're of the opinion that the 2 might be in, but it could come back down here, right? So this could still move its way down, okay? So this could still move its way down. We're still looking at this as a possibility for us to come back down to 85. That's an alternate, but the next dip I would be very interested in buying spot. Okay, I would be very interested in buying spot. And again, if you're looking at horizontals, look at this one right here because this is now the important one because we pushed through it. Okay, so right here, which is basically at 89.50. 89.50 is pretty important for a number of different reasons. We've got lots of resistance right here, and then we had a nice support cluster right here. We had both a support and resistance flip right here. Okay, and then we just kind of flew through it. So if we do move up and then we come back down, this would be the main count, right? The main count would be, okay, well, we completed this. So this would be a 1, 2, and then we go up for the 3, 4, 5, which is going to be much, much higher. All right, again, don't get too caught up in a bias. Don't look for the moonshots. Don't look for crazy, crazy swings. You're going to be taking base hits because ultimately over the next couple months, I do think we will revisit 6,000. I think we might even revisit a number lower than that. So, you know, all the way up here where we're at 9,200, just be very careful. We really need to overtake 9,300. So we only have maybe another $110 to go before I start to worry that we're going to be getting a rejection. Again, going down into the micro count, we've got a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that could be a nice 5, 3, 5 to get us up here to complete the C, which means now we're going to go down to complete this C down here. Okay, so we've got a nice 5, 3, 5 working its way. So to stop up here at the top is very likely, and then to come down here is our alternative. But again, we want to watch up here at 9,300, and to the downside for spot buying, watch at 89.50. If it flies through here, I would be getting long anywhere close to 8,500 as much as possible, anywhere near that. Admittedly, I got stopped out. So I got stopped out over here, and I believe this was yesterday. Basically, I had my stop on the other side of this guy right here on my long, and I got stopped out here, and it moved down, and I was pretty happy that I got stopped out at the time, but now I'm not. Now I'm looking to get back in because we did have this falling wedge, which we broke out of. It would be really nice to go down and test this upper on this falling wedge, and maybe we get that down here. It's still too early to tell. But this is kind of what I'm thinking on Bitcoin right now. I'm not looking to give any opinions on any upside targets. What I'm looking for is for spot buying here, 89.50, and getting long leveraged if we go down to 85. If we get down to 85 to 86, I'll be looking to get long leveraged, but I'm looking to get spot at about 89.50. I'm not interested in really catching this last little move up to 9,300. If it breaks through 9,300, I might go ahead and just bite the bullet and go ahead and get my spot position up there. But for right now, I do see signs that we could be getting some rejection based on a lot of these hourly wicks. We're trying to push up over and over and over, and we pushed above it enough times here at 91.50 that we do have a little bit of momentum working ourselves up. But if you take a look at the 1 hour and the 3 hour, 1 hour and the 3 hour are getting up there. The 1 hour of course is up there. The 3 hour is approaching overbought conditions, and so very easily these could fall back. And if it falls back in the time where the 12 hour is still down here, that would be ideal. I would love to see that because then that gives me more and more confidence that that this is going to be a good place to be buying. But again, it's just my opinion, and I wanted to get that out into the air. So hopefully that helps some of you. I see we've got a few people on here, so if you do have any questions, go ahead. Of course, you can throw your questions in the Discord. If you want access to the Discord, just throw in a comment here in the YouTube chat. I'll get you an invite. And so this is my plan. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day, good night, good evening. Stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you all in the Discord. Take care, everyone.